Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to begin your day. This is your Daily Tarot Oracle, your daily insight on life and love for June 30th, 2022. Also being timeless. So wherever you're catching in time, this might be relevant or maybe entertaining. I'm not sure. So stick around, enjoy the show, see if this rings true for you or if you get a good laugh. But, all right. I recorded earlier and it was way too intense and specific to just, be part of the daily read. So I know that reading was for somebody out there, somebody very specific, and I didn't want to put it as the collective. So here we are with this. What I'm seeing right here is there's been no change and no movement, and somebody's not even secure about their footing in this anymore. So they're really planning on moving on. And thank God there is no structure, there's no routine, there's nothing more that they can put into this. Somebody is cutting their losses and just moving on. And again, thank God, this feels absolutely like a relief. This started to feel like a mental prison for you. And you did not want to get stuck in some sort of doldrum routine, be some sort of, you didn't want the mindlessness of what your situation was becoming. You're here to write your own rules to your life. I'm not telling you to do anything illegal, dangerous, or irrational, so let's calm down. I see that you and learning to live your life by, by your own means is starting with the Death card, which is an amazing cycle, and it has a sense of surrender to it that is allowing some pretty cool things to come your way. Oh yeah, I forgot to say in the beginning of the reading, if you have questions about booking a private reading or any of the services I provide to see what might be right for you, there's a pinned video or there's ways of contact in the description. Definitely reach out. Don't forget to include your time zones, the days you want to look at, and what might be right for you. And then we have the pricing and the discounts that go along with it. So definitely reach out. All right, back to the reading. So I see that once you learn to follow your path, we have this bad boy right here. So some messages are going to be given to you, and I feel like this is in an earthly sign realm rather than somebody pinging your email or your phone saying, hey, what's up? This feels like it's in the very early stages. It's going to take time for this to grow, and there's a sense of mysticism around this. Oh yeah. So earth energy surrounding this. Grounded, slow moving, nice, cool, calm, collected. Something that sometimes has you feeling like you are in the dark about things, but that's when you need to step back and look at the big picture of the changes that you're making, because we have the Five of Pentacles here, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles over here. And when I was looking at the Five of Pentacles, it was like an understanding that, okay, stepping away from this funk that was not serving you any purpose in life, this is going to be hard for you to admit. And I think that this is going to be a hit to the ego. For some cases, it might be a little blow financially, but you'll recover. You are a self-making person. This is where the finances are going to really start to grow for you. So I don't care if you spent 2 decades getting 5 different certifications, graduations, PhDs, fist bumping the Pope or whatever. This, you have to create your own rules and you have to follow your own path, and this is really what we're going to be doing. So the Knight of Pentacles, what do you want to tell this person? They've escaped. Nope, I want the archetype. I want the archetype. Ooh, ooh. The Samaritan. Refine your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. The Orphan. Independence based on learning it to go alone, conquering the fear of surviving. So this is talking about the one-person journey that you are embarking on. So you're stepping into a humanitarian role. And I think that there's been a great divide between you and some other, I guess, types of people out there. Either you just never interacted with them, or you plain old straight up didn't have any sort of desire to talk to the person of them. Now this is all changing. There's some sort of empathy and sympathy that has been growing inside of you that you're not really able to ignore right now. And it kind of reminds me of it's like Buddha, who saw the world around them suffering, and they put themselves through a tough path where they had to be exposed to all the challenges of life and see the depths of humanity, see how they could actually be of help, but also know what they have to be out there to help with. So this has to be done by you. This can't be done by your entire party and you're leading the way. You are separating yourself from that, maybe not in the physical, but in I guess in ambition and also drive. I think that that's coming into play. And I see that this is going to be something that really wakes something deep inside up with you. Okay. So let's see. I didn't even shuffle these back in from when I had used these in the last read. I don't even know, I don't even know if I'm going to attach it to the end of this. Maybe I'll just have it be a separate reading. Maybe I don't know. It's such a weird read though. Alchemy. So what about the alchemy with you? Let yourself receive. You have this growing healing touch that you put out to the world around you. And I'm seeing this as, hang on. I think that you need to get rid of the blocks that are in front of you, and it looks like the blocks are of either people or old paths that are kind of acting as a distraction. Morning affirmations, I've seen that twice since I had picked up the deck, and now it just came out. So the morning affirmations, what kind of a person do you want to be in the world? I think that you're striving to have a real strong effect in the world. And I think that it is driven with a pretty good purpose. I don't think that you're doing it for the grander sense of self. I think that this is because you see some sort of injustice in some level that's happening. This could be laws of others. This could be poverty. This could be the sense of morals that are waking up in people. But whatever the case is, this is something that you feel that you are meant to help with in a humanitarian sense. And you're right, you are, but also there's a very specific gift that you carry that is going to help this in a very unique way. And thinking of one of my friends right now who had been talking about childhood issues of recently and how this has affected her. And we have the Judgment card here, and as I pulled that, I was just thinking about her. And an absolute beautiful person, and they feel so driven to look inward and see what they are fixing or embracing or having come out. And that might be the case in what you are doing with this. The Judgment is that you need to have the past and the experience of that come up so that you can actually I guess see what the superpower was then that was shoved away to lay dormant. And the people that were put in place as the blocks, this could be family, could have been friends, as peers and ex-partners or ex-authority figures and mentors. They became the hurdle who said that you can't, that you shouldn't, that you don't, or that your reasoning behind your actions is just a over-exaggerated sense of self. You know, who are you? And that seems to have numbed the greatness that was in you for quite some time. But now, since what's going on in the world that you've noticed, some part of you is aching to wake up. So we have the detective and the slave as shadow work, voyeurism, falsifying information, giving your power to an external authority figure, and out of fear of making your own decisions. So this is the shadow work that you have to take care of right now. That you're somehow a liar, that you're making things worse than what they are, and let's see, and that this person is also going to throw themselves in front of you and kind of put you in check. This is a misplaced projection of a fear of authority in your life. I think that you might be putting a mask of a familiar face on people who are not even coming after you as a way to punish you. But it seems like punishment and where you are in time are things that are kind of at a mispoint. No, I don't have a better word for it right now. So it's like the circumstances are coming up and you're seeing the past as though it's relevant to now, and that it's actually happening now, and that you're going to be punished now like you would have been then. But since it's magnified, since you're older, bigger, wiser, it just, well, okay, so we're gonna put wiser on the side right now, because what this feels like is having to wait on to acknowledge that wisdom. So you're bigger and everything is magnified, meaning that the punishment that would happen now, and even more so tenfold. So what I'm seeing in here is understanding that the punishment isn't coming, and it's also not going to be what you thought it was in the first place. And the wisdom is seeing where you are in time so that you can control not only your actions, but also control the confidence in those actions, because that seems to have dwindled to almost non-existent sizes. So I want to see what it is that is putting you exactly in check with where you are in time. The God box, any worries or concerns, desires, put that on a piece of paper and put it into a special container called the God box as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. So we have that. And we also have the base chakra, which this is talking about choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, career, or finances, as your word determines your outcome. So I do feel like you are working on building what seems to be a dialogue and being very vulnerable with Source Spirit, who you see as your divine center and calling. And I see that you're talking that fear out with them because it feels like you can't confide this into others, because this may be an external issue of this is going to somehow shut me down. So I see that this is that I almost feel like there's this warm wave of love that feels like it's washing over you, that's kind of putting your fears and your worries and your anxieties to rest. So this is a very spiritual thing that is taking place. I feel like there is a higher source that is getting you to be comfortable in your skin and getting you to be more expressive. So what is the call to action after that? After you've made your peace, you've created this open dialogue with Source Spirit, a higher power, or even if you're atheist, well, use the term energy. All right, so the call of action is realizing that there's nothing more that you can learn from the past, and that there is some sense of a dispute that is coming into play. There's an offer that is going to be made. Let's see. All right, this seems to be ungrounded. This is going to catalyst a closing of a painful chapter with unstable energies in your life. This could be friends, lovers, peers of any kind. I see that There are people from the past who probably have been haunting you in a very passive sense that you are going to be letting go of. All right, so how are you going to do that? Let's see. Realizing that it was all to keep an image and that this was going to keep you stuck, and that even when you were around those people, there was a major sense of loneliness. This is a childhood issue that is coming up to be healed. Trust was broken with them. They were not people that you could put your trust in. It's huge realizations about them. And also, people were very reactive and impulsive and quick to fight. That is the toxicity that I think that you have forgotten. The point of action is to recognize the kind of people that they are and that you can't necessarily trust them, but you can learn to trust yourself. So, after all is said and done with that, which deck do I want? All right, mermaids and dolphins. Simplify your life. You're going to have a whole new crowd of people who are coming in. Friendships. It's the basis of platonic, unconditional love and understanding. I gotta say platonic because it's not about meeting the twin flame soulmate love connection. It's not about that. This is about a foundation that is going to get you to be the best version of yourself. And if you're able to let go of the past because the trust issues, then you're able to let go of a lot of things that have been associated with that type of person that you have integrated to your own personality. And in simplifying your life and those connections, then you can bring about these real soul contracts that are going to be moving you forward. And do I have the book around here? I don't remember the last time I looked at it. All right, where can I find it? Where the heck is it? This is the problem with having this kind of a desk. Okay. Oakley dokley. That's messages from the angels. Hold on, I'm gonna pause this for a minute. Okay, so what was the card that I even want to look at? The soulmate relationships, because I don't want you to get hung up on something that it isn't. Yes, I love love. Yes, I love all the ways that it expresses itself, but so help me God, there's so many other things that this is involving, and I'm not gonna let you get away with believing that it's just one thing. It's not, and you're worth so much. So your desire to be in a great love relationship has manifested, and you're being guided. Hold on. And you're being guided to create or maintain that situation right now. This relationship has a deep spiritual basis with both partners having true faith and profound beliefs. You and your partner have a similar spiritual concept and are open-minded when it comes to learning about and implementing new practices. This partnership flows to you naturally. Right now, however, if you are worried about or trying to force the situation to happen, this could slow the result. It's important for you to enjoy the process leading up to your desired outcome. Dance and be in the movement with the manifestation that your manifestation has created for you. Attract your partner through the warm and relaxed demeanor and know that heaven is taking care of all the details for you both. And then it's followed by the friendship card. So this is going to be a soulmate based in friendship. I said what I said. You're attracting your people. So although you're busy with responsibilities, it's an important time to take time to play with one or more friends by drawing this card. You are urged to make a date to go have fun with a companion, whether it's a new acquaintance or a beloved old friend. It's important for you to balance your schedule with some good old-fashioned companionship and frivolity. When you play and laugh and you open yourself to the infusion of healing love, friendships help you remember how lovable you are. They are also supposed to support without wanting anything in return. So play stimulates creativity, which helps you return to your responsibilities with a renewed outlook and increased energy. So now you affirm, I have wonderful friends and free time to spend engaging in playful activities with your beloved companions. So the soulmate relationships and the friendships, this is talking about having your people come in who are actually very spiritually based and driven with the same ambition that you are. These are people who have the same type of energy, who can take time out of their day to connect with you. And you have to get rid of all of this old gunked up energy and mentality about how dynamics work in relationships, so that you can have this without any preset conditions, and also projecting old past friendships or companionships onto them. This person is waking you up to a very new world, and I want to see through the archetype. It's a mentor. I knew it. Passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. One more about this soul bond connection that is coming in that is amazing. I don't care if it's on the other side of the world. I don't care if you bumped into each other at the grocery store. This person is very amazing. So then we have the divine child of light. So innocence, purity, redemption, suggested a special connection to the divine. This person, they're going to be vastly different than you. And I also want to bring into the fact that you guys have a lot to teach each other. And after all is said and done with this, what is the mission of the work that you guys are coming to play? You guys are going to be in each other's lives for a very long time to come. There are many things that you can do with this. There is no wrong choice to make in building whatever this is with this type of person. But look. So this is something that you're not going to be getting away from, and there's not an escape. This is wish fulfillment. Tell me more. This is going to be a forever person in your life. And I don't like to say stuff like that because, well, what if it last week? No, this person who's coming in, this mentor of yours, this dynamic that's coming into play, yes, it's going to last probably for the rest of your life. All right, come on, out with it, out with it. I want the final card on the wish fulfillment. So this is going to be something that blossoms slowly. You don't see the payoff yet. I see that there is a lot that you are juggling, and they're going to be helping you get rid of codependent relationships. And then we have what seems to be a setback. Okay, now what? All right, you're going to be challenged like you wouldn't believe. They're going to force you to assert yourself. They're going to show you the imbalance in your life, and they're going to force you to start standing up for yourself. They're your biggest cheerleader. Flippin' awesome. I love it. Okay, so I feel like they're going to point this out to you. And I see that they're going to show you how you have been at your breaking point, and it feels like Stockholm Syndrome, for God's sakes. And they're going to show you where your faults have been in this. They're going to push you to break them. All right, you. That has been the Daily Tarot Oracle and the Daily Insight on Life and Love for June 30th, 2022. If you have questions for booking your own private reading of any kind or any of the services I provide, reach out and I'll talk to you soon. The pinned video at the beginning and also on the main page, you have the ways of contacting me. I'm not going to reach out and say, Grand Rising, your ancestors said, hey, you want to know what? You should probably reach to this person. No, that's a scam. Don't give out your private information. If you want to book something, reach out to me. I'm available. This is a time to really take it easy on yourself in your life. It's time to really have a point of introspection. It's going to be quiet. I think that you'll see how you have been looking at the world through very different eyes of an illusion, however you wanted to paint it. But what I'm seeing in here is major insecurity. Things are getting easier and you're starting to move on, but you're not secure with it because I feel like you've gone through waves of confidence in the past, and it seems like there's a point of bypass that you're making sure isn't happening again with you. This is a time where it's actually able for you to move on, and things are actually starting to get better because of how self-aware you have become, how you need to be grounded, how you really need to focus and nurture yourself, and not a quick fix way. The big ease on this is the fact that there's no rush to the end. This is going to be a lifelong healing process for you, and you don't have to get it together for any one particular person in your world right now. This is just a point of you and letting yourself slowly evolve from the circumstances of what life has given you so far. I see that you're going to be tired, and that sleep is going to be very much a heavy hand in your life. And how you can actually cut away a lot of your stress is not even just by self-care. It's by stopping the rush of the process that you give yourself with healing. People always tell you to move your butt, get it done, just move on. And you're not going to be doing this anymore. You're going to become center stage and focus for yourself. And I think that this is a real perfect re-nurturing way to handle yourself. So I see that you'll work through this self-acceptance of yours, and I see that you will, I don't know if you can hear the radio in the background from somebody. Okay, I see that you'll be very firm about, I think, people who try and rush you. Your healing is not a time of convenience for them. I hope this made sense. He's using their platform to manipulate and guilt you into some form of bending to, I guess, their will. This is somebody who understands that they have a major following and that people will believe everything that they had said. So this person entered it in with the sense of it was almost like craving the popularity of it, the mass appeal. These were in reverse. This was upright. They're counting on people to just kind of go along with what they're saying because they've had this following for quite some time. This could be some sort of a religious figure or some sort of either a personal or political person in your world. I want you to be able to question everything because there's a hidden agenda here, and they're going to agree with whoever is funding them the most, and they don't get to cry wolf when they're called out on it. This is somebody who condemns other people for what they have done. Maybe you're about to discover a hypocrite in your world. But yeah, somebody in your life is about to be very much knocked off a pedestal. I don't feel bad for them. And I don't think that you will either. They were so quick to judge others, but this is somebody who had so many skeletons in their closet acting like they weren't there, and they lost that sense of compassion. They had a false sense of humility up front, and a lot of people did buy into it. I have no idea who this is. I need you to know that. But this person, they have a pretty good following. And again, this came out upright. These were in the reverse. So before I let you go, it's, okay, so the Lovers is great passion, devotion, unbridled appreciation for someone or something. And then for the shadow attributes of visionary, judgment, and martyr, we have selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. Oh yeah. Offering only destructive criticism and misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. And the shadow attribute of the martyr is addiction and self-pity. I'll do it. Nobody else will. Poor me. You know what? This person can go F themselves. So I'm sorry for whoever gets revealed to you, but it's better to know the truth of it so you can always remember to question absolutely everything. Don't just blindly follow. And I'm one of the biggest skeptics on the planet. Trust me. So I wonder who this is going to be, honestly. It's time for you to plug into work. It's time for you to plug into your mission work, your humanitarian work, and take the focus off of commitments for a while. There's somebody who you've been committed to either romantically or platonically or professionally, that you need to release and surrender. There's been some sort of dealings that have come to an end, sold contracts that have come to an end. You need to start recommitting yourself to your purpose in life. And no, it's not going to be something that is detrimental, but the commitment that you had that you need to release has been something that's holding you back, and you've been carrying it on your back as somewhat of a burden for quite some time. Purple is a strong color on here, so I'm going with the crown chakra opening. This feels like heart and throat chakra activations that are coming in. So I feel like this is the power being taken away from others in your own personal environment and gaining control within yourself. And I feel like there's something that is very special that is going to be coming out for you and how you serve life, I suppose. So swim in a constant stream of bliss. You are going to be following your bliss and have your needs taken care of. It kind of looks like whatever you are doing, it's stepping into an elevation, and there's people who saw that you were going places with, I guess, what makes you so special, driven and ambitious in your life, and it was a fear of letting you go. So just know that if you found your way across this, you're releasing a soul contract. But also, if this reading didn't make sense, don't try and force it. Maybe this will be something to remember down the road. Maybe this is something that you need to share with another person, but don't ever force these readings to fit your life. If you found your way across this, there might be a reason for it, but don't ever force it. I think that your clairs are opening up, specifically clairvoyancy. So let's see. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as your physical sight. Your spiritual vision helps healing, teaching, and guidance. It's not only that, but there's also a lot of fear in you sharing exactly what it is that you are seeing, because, I don't know, maybe you feel kind of crazy, maybe you feel like people are going to think that you're crazy. These are all things that come with a spiritual awakening. Wouldn't you know it? So I see that, first off, this is going to be something that you need to start speaking on about, and that this is going to help not only you, but others, because you have a message that you need to deliver. I absolutely love that you're starting to recollect your clair and, well, reconnect your clair, and that this is going to be something that if you have found your way across this, you're going to be either seeking out tools to strengthen your mediumship or your clairvoyancy, or you're going to be finding a mentor. But you have a vision, and this is a vision of not only of the future, but also this is going to be something that can really, really help people. So, okay, the throat chakra is speaking your truth. This may have been overacting recently, so you may have been having sore throat, sore tonsils, and oh, my neck. Or you have a sore neck like I just did, okay? All right, so the visualized success, you're going to be taking care of this situation and having a positive outcome. You will have, actually, I think, more support than you're used to. And I think that this may have been something that made people grossly uncomfortable when you were a small child. This could be something that is generational, but I feel like you are somebody who's really stepping into that role. And even if it is generational, people can actually still deny their vision and what they're seeing with it. And this might be something that caused them a lot of nerves at the time, and even when you were little. But it's going to be something that's greatly appreciated. And also I see that the fact that you could be doing this, you might be healing the generations of trauma that came along with this, because I don't know if you know, but this was something that was not exactly looked highly upon at times in history. I don't know if you've ever seen like the whole Salem thing in Massachusetts. That thing was horrendous, but you're going to be embraced. I don't see any sort of persecution that's coming from this. I do see that it's something that you got to build on though. So yeah, there's going to be tons of mentors around. And I actually know some really incredible people who have really embraced it. Anyways, I hope this finds you well. Embrace your gift. I'll talk to you soon. So you have a really divine purpose in this world, and your true self needs to shine through. There's nothing about you that you need to be ashamed of. There is self-acceptance that comes, and that's going to give you confidence. But I see the overwhelm that's happening with it. So this is telling you, know when to say enough is enough. You know that you have to push yourself in this. You know that you need to expose your gift, and that this is not something that you need to be ashamed of, but also there's something that needs to be healed inside. So this is actually being gifted to you through dream state, and I feel like you have to pay very careful attention to what your dreams are telling you. And if you have a hard time in understanding what your dreams are telling you, because I feel like you're probably not even remembering them when you wake up, you have to start the healing process by playing whatever kind of music is in tune with your vibration. For God's sakes, it could be death metal, it could be country, it could be wispy nature sounds, but you have to get a foot in the door with this healing process so that you can actually, I don't know, open up and then understand what Spirit is trying to tell you. Because the more that you heal and the more that you follow Spirit's guidance, and once you remember it, the more that you can be fully present in your waking world and be seen as the true gift and the healing asset that you are. So, after all is said and done with that one, what can we expect from you? Oh, I got some new notifications. Answered prayer. You're going to have a lot of those, aren't you? Did you ever feel like you were just this caged being, even caged animal that you had to hide yourself away from? You couldn't let anyone in and you were never going to be allowed out? Spirit is saying that that's the furthest thing from the truth. In healing and fully accepting yourself and putting it out on display, you're going to have your answered prayer and be free to be who you authentically are. And I see this whole new light coming about you, this whole new vulnerability that's coming with you. And it just looks like being led with a pure heart. I think that you'll be way more effective with this pure heart rather than the boundaries of false boundaries of, I don't know, conditioning and non-self-acceptance. I'm having a hard time with words, but you get what I'm saying. And set the tone for your healing path. I know that you've been hurt by a lot of people in your past, and that you have made this claim to do everything by yourself, go it alone, not let anybody in, not let anybody help, because you're done relying on other people. I got it. Been there, done that, and well, here we are. This is saying what you are going through. I see a major gift that is coming through with understanding that, first off, even the people who had caused you the stress in your life, whatever the dynamic is, it seems like you've somehow been off course, but you haven't been off course. This is the long-term evolution of you to actually be the gift that you are. So your gift in awakening is stripping away everything that has kept you from being that gift and exposing that gift. I feel like you were born as an onion with all these layers on top of you. And then we have seeing what you are made of. Everything that you have been through has been a point of deconstruction for you. So when you are completed with deconstruction, what are you left with? What are the raw materials? And I see this major blessing that is coming into place, and that the people in your life are going to continue to hurt you until you learn to let them go and be in this present moment, knowing that you're not going to stay in that moment, in those times of pain, and that you will be able to move on again, and that you will be able to breathe freely, and that you will be very happy in your life. So how does this even go with the upset and the letdown or the pain of these people? Well, once you let them go, they can't really affect your life anymore, can they? Be in this present moment. It is the gift that you have in deciding where to go next, and that you can actually discover what you do have control over, and that is seeing exactly what your reaction was to everything that has made you. This is not the final of your story. It's literally the beginning of an entirely new book for you. So these people who had come across your path that are no longer going to be part of your path, it was a point of chipping away something that was false about you, that may have even seemed very real at the time. But what's real is what's underneath this all and what you do with it. And here comes the unfolding gift of you. You've never been alone in this. Spirit was not going to let you be alone, but it was going to strip you of all these false senses of self and comfort. So I want to see what this says about who you are evolving into. Energizer Bunny. Ooh, what is that? Okay, so to the sea. Then we have somebody who, so what this is evolving into is somebody who is going to be overthinking. And we have to the sea is getting onto the right path in life. All right, so you start making a plan for how you can stay awake and how you can let this life guide you to the correct direction. And it seems like you're in the eye of the storm and everything's around you. So you get help in seeing, get help from either a mentor or somebody, and seeing how they can help you out of the eye of the storm. Because when you get out of the storm, here we are in happy, happy land, a second chance at life for you. I'm very excited. Whatever it was that you're leaving behind, there was nothing underneath there worth staying around for. It was rotted. It was never going to work. And it is, it's not, I know that you feel like you probably wasted a lot of your life. This is saying stop comparing timelines that don't exist to you. Your life is happening now. I hope this made sense.